Okay, so what I'm going to show here is how to connect this drone to the computer in case you want to make any changes to the setup. So let me just show you that. I'm just going to, so we just have to move this out of the way so we can look back there. All right. So that allows us to just kind of move this out of the way, and that's the USB connection right there. So we're going to plug that guy in. So a good thing here is that we want to look at, so this is, you can see it's connected. So let's see. I put it down, I rotate it around. You can see it's moving. So right now, this is set up really for a beginner to intermediate because the two modes that it's set for are horizon angle, meaning not acro. So both of these are self-balancing, self-leveling. Acro would be not self-leveling, which is how you would do it if you were an expert. If you wanted to change that, first let me plug in a battery. I'll just grab just a general battery. This is way too big for this one. Plug in a battery, turn on my controller. Okay, so it's all connected. We would go to receiver. You can see how the receiver modifies the unit there. You can see the illustration. In any case, what I wanted to show here was the modes. So what you would do then is just take one of these out, whichever one you didn't want to use, angle or horizon. And so all you would do is come over here and exit out. So let's leave it angle, so that's back. I would take this out. And now when you flip the switch, it's going to switch from angle to nothing, which actually leaves it so no self-leveling. So that would be defined as acro mode. And you would just, when you get to this point, you want to make the change, you would just hit save, and it would save the settings that way. I'm not going to save it because I don't want to make that adjustment. And then you could make this, and it would just change this label from horizon to acro. And then you would be flying full acro mode. All right. Sorry, I wanted to go back in there and just show that the mode wasn't changed. So you still see it there. Let me plug that back in. Just wanted to make sure that you knew I didn't change the mode. Horizon and angle. So you're still set. So see, disconnect and unplug. And you're good to go. And you just have to screw this back in. Okay, so now I'm going to show the video. The other thing I'll say about that last connecting it is that you take the top off to do any of that work. Just know that there's some tight connections in here that you got to make sure you reconnect before you you go off and assume that everything's fine. All right, so I'm going to connect it to a, let's see, turn this on. All right, turn this guy on. All right, probably wondering why it's blue. It's because the lights are reflecting on it. Let's see. Let me see if I could just, that's really blue. I'm just going to cover it. Oh, it's too different. So what you're going to see here is that it's telling you the state that it's in, which is disarmed. It's going to tell you the timer, how long it's been running, and it's also telling you the voltage, all critical information when you're flying. The mode that it's in is stability. So if I hit the switch here, it's going to change it to horizon. And then you can see as the most important thing really is voltage. So as you move it around, it's changing the horizontal angle. And then as you move it, change directions, you're going to see it change directions. It's going to tell you the arrow. So the arrow is always kind of like where it started. That sort of home position is telling you that our home position was facing this way. And that's it. And everybody's probably wondering why I sell these things. It's because I tend to upgrade. So here's another same brand, Realacc. And this one handles a 5S battery. So that's why I moved to this one from the 4S version. This is a lot more advanced because 5S screams. I will tell you, this thing can scream. In fact, I've only ever flown it with 2 blade props because I just felt it was so darned fast. And as you could see, it's a smaller base, so it makes it really quick and nimble. Oh my God, it's so much fun. Oh, and that's telling you that this is still on. So that's a little alarm telling you that the transmitter has been setting idle. So it'll do that when it's setting idle. So it reminds you that it's still on. Last thing I'll just show is just arming. So you'll see here, how do you arm? You just move the stick to the right, to the lower portion. And now it's armed. This arm, lower left. Okay? Now, I'm going to show. I don't want to crash into anything, but anyway, that's how you do it. Okay. Now I'm done.